Good morning, everyone. It's kind of early, but I was really curious about unicorn spit. As you can see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 colors, and they look beautiful, and they are very inviting. The labels, they're just wham, all these colors. So I thought I'd do just a little one, 15 by 15, just to see how this stuff works. And then from here on, I can move on to a little bit bigger ones. But I haven't used this before, so it's all new. And we're going to see what we're going to get. So the colors I'm using is Phoenix Fire. It's orange. Purple Hill Majesty. That's purple. And Zia Teal, my favorite color, turquoise. These three colors I'll be using. So I'm going to put these away. And we're going to be doing these three colors. And I'm going to do a push and a pull. And we'll see what happens. So I have some white with silicone in it. There's 1 drop of silicone in each color. Just 1 drop. And I have, of course, my background color. So first I want to pour the background. And like I said, no silicone in the background, because that sort of eliminates the dimples that you usually get. So spread it out nice and evenly. Okay, and today, guys, I'm going to be doing a lot of pouring because I got a lot of stuff planned. I'm going to be doing a big one because I really want to do that. Then I'm going to do some really bright, pretty colors that you haven't seen me do for a long time. So I was inspired. I was on YouTube going through the videos, and I found some really pretty pours with purples and oranges, and I thought, I'll just do one of those. The problem with those bright colors is that, well, normally people don't hang that on their walls because they, because it doesn't match the furniture or something like that. So I think that's why I usually don't do those really absurd colors. But it is fun to watch those colors, how they interact with each other. So that's kind of cool. So we'll do that today. Now what I'm doing is, I don't know if you can hear those splashes in the background. They're not children playing in a pool, but they're my fish. They're pretty big, so they make a lot of noise. Okay, that's that. And I got a lot of stuff to tell you guys. I had such a busy week. Okay, but first let's do this, and I'll save that for our next video. Okay, now, as you know, I use these little cups to do a push and a pull. And before I do that, usually you see a couple of air bubbles in there. And what you do is just, race over it with your torch, and the little bubbles will disappear. Now, I think I'll start with purple. So we're going to put some purple in there. Then we're going to put some turquoise because it looks so pretty. And then some orange. And we're going to repeat that because I like to see the colors all come back and repeat themselves. So there's the other one. And I'll save some because if it doesn't, if it's not, what I'm totally thinking of, what you can do is always pour some ribbons on top. We can swipe it and do ribbons. Okay, so we have all the little colors in our cup. What I like to do with a push and a pull is just give it a little swirl, not too much, but just a little bit. Now, I'm going to put my little cup on top. Just do that. Oops. And it's already pouring out. I can see it. And we put a little bit of paint behind the cup just to give it a little more for the push and the pull. And I already see these cells popping up. So we push and we pull, and that's amazing how this stuff sells. Look at that. And we haven't even used our torch. Oh boy, that's a lot of cells. Look how beautiful that is. Okay, I'm gonna make it spread a little bit more because I want a little bit more color. And then we're gonna come in with the torch and see what happens. Wow, look at that. That is amazing. Ooh, a little bit more here. Look at that. That really is amazing. And the push and the pull is really all about, you know, having this negative space, which you can, oh, gotta watch out that I don't get other color in there. But I'm flattening it out just a little bit. But look at those cells. That is pretty. Wow. Wasn't expecting that, guys. You know, every time you get new paint, it's just a big surprise what you get. I'm just flattening out the sides a little bit. It'll, you know, spread and be totally flat in a bit. But look how beautiful that is. I really love it. Let me get you really in close. Look at that. That is really pretty. Wow. Okay, so we can now say that the unicorn spit really sells like crazy. Now, what I did do is I used a mixture of 50-50 unicorn spit and Floetrol, because the people that have used this before told me that's how you want to mix it. So you put in your paint, then you add the same amount of Floetrol, and what I did add was a little bit of new pouring medium. This is the thick pouring medium from Vallejo. It's I don't have it yet. I'm hoping I'm going to get it at the end of next week. But I put in a little bit of this pouring medium because this really gives you that explosion of cells. And as you can see, it works perfectly with the unicorn spit, the Floetrol, and this just gives you an amazing amount of cells. It bursts with bubbles and does all kinds of stuff, and it sort of, you know, mixes the colors together, as you can see here. So I think that's a pretty good mix to use on unicorn spit. So I still have a lot of paint left over. I'll put this away and I'll show you up close a couple of swipes so you can see the action for yourself. So I'm gonna put this one away. And here we have our photo paper. I keep getting questions about this paper. This is what it is, Kodak Extra Life. And like I told you before, guys, this stuff is waterproof. It has a plastic layer on the back, plastic layer on the front, and that's why it stays flat at all times. Even though we put a lot of paint on it, doesn't matter, stays flat. I have it in my shop, but guys, I'm telling you, when it's gone, because I can't get it. You know, I have this this shop where I buy my paper, and they have these they call it like factory defect papers. So something went wrong with this paper, and then they had to dump it. So this shop bought it, and well, that's what it is. So when it's gone, it's gone. They don't have it anymore. So really look at that. Already selling up like crazy. That is kind of cool. And I haven't even torched it yet. So you don't even have to torch it. You know, this is amazing. So I'm gonna put a little bit more white on now and let those colors pop in there. But it really is amazing how much this stuff sells. I think you'd be amazed by it. I will put a link under my video to the shop for the European people, and for the everyone in the USA. You can get this much cheaper than we can. So again, you guys are very lucky. Look at that. It just sells up like crazy. There's no need for a torch. So, because even if I were to torch this, as you can see, it wouldn't do anything to it. This is it. That is amazing. I bet you, see, nothing happening. So you don't need a torch. That's a good thing. Maybe with a push and a pull you do. I'm going to put these two away. And then I want to do one more, but I'm going to do a really long swipe. So I have some paint here. I won't use that. That's a little bit mixed up. Then you won't see the colors that well. So just putting the colors on the paper. Just random, some colors. That's that. And a lot of turquoise because we love it so much. Okay, last little bit. And now I'm going to come in with the white, put that along here. And I'm going to do a total swipe. So first I'm going to swipe this. Wow, look at that. Isn't that amazing how that sells? That sells like crazy. Okay, now I'm going to swipe the white. There it is. I'll pick it up. And I think with the swipe, there is some torching needed. We'll see. Yeah, look at that. Oops. Color's going on me. But as you can see, that is beautiful. That's a lot of color popping through. And you can see all the little cells appearing. That is cool. Okay, guys. Well, we're pretty much done experimenting. So we can go bigger if we want to, because I'm just testing it for another swipe. Look how that cells up. Can you see that? That is amazing. Let me get in focus. There it is. Look at that. That is amazing stuff. I'm telling you, really it is. I'm really looking forward to doing a bigger one with this. Look at it cell. That is beautiful. I love it when it does that. Look at that. And I like it when, you know, it stays like that. Let me just tilt a little bit to make them bigger. Look at those big cells now. So that's kind of cool. The only thing is that you don't want to manipulate this paint too much, because then, as you can see, it's starting to go to a sort of a brownish color, and that is the purple and the orange. So, you know, I'm just testing it, but I would not manipulate the paint too much, because then it sort of runs together. But that's what all paint does. It's not about this brand. That's just what paint does if you do this too much. Wow, look at that. It just keeps on selling. And there was only one drop of silicone in the paints. See that, how that works here? How beautiful. Let's just add a little bit more blue. I love looking at it, but it's turning brown on me. Ooh, look at that. This might also be pretty cool stuff to do those flowers with. Let's put a little bit of orange on top of this. And then I'll get my airbrush and see what that happens. You can see how it wants to sell. See that? Okay, airbrush, come here. And I want to do it up close so you guys can see it. That's amazing. Yeah, now I've got all the colors mixed. But as you can see, that is amazing. Guys, it really is. I'm over the moon with this stuff. Let's put a little more on top here. Now let's blow that in. Whoops. But as you can see here, it keeps on selling. So that's amazing. The sell properties of this paint is beyond what I expected. As you can see, you can manipulate it all you like. The only thing what happens is if you do this too much, you will get the mixed color, which we call muddy, but that happens with every single paint. And I really think this one holds up pretty well, because usually it's all mushed up. If you see how much I've been manipulating this paint, so it's pretty good in that department too. Just want to use the last of the paint, so let's put that on there. Last of the turquoise, and just splattering it in. Look at that, it just wants to sell up. Look at that. That is awesome. I could play with this all day. See how it sort of now turns into one of those flower things? Look at that. It just keeps going. I love it. Okay guys, so this was my test with unicorn spit, and if you're gonna buy it, this is it. This is what it looks like. Little bottles, 118 milliliters. I think that's an ounce in for the USA. So this stuff is awesome, it really is, and you will have lots and lots of fun with it. Look how it explodes with cells. That is beautiful. I'm gonna just make it go a little thinner, otherwise it will never dry. And I'll just leave it here and we'll see what happens to it. Because we also want to see how it dries, right? So I'll just leave it like this. This is the last I'm gonna do with it. It is pretty thick, so it might take a couple of days to dry, but we'll see. So I just want to show you the painting once more. As you can see, the cells have stayed. That is really, really good. You do see here, this which we all love, how it fans out into the background color. That is beautiful also. That is a plus. And as you can see, every single structure has stayed in place, even though I'm moving it, but I'll put it back later. But as you can see, that is pretty promising, guys. This is cool stuff. Okay, thanks for watching. I'll be right back and I'll update my sponsor list. We're going to do the drawing of May. We're going to do a lot of stuff today. So I hope you all stay with me today. See you later. Love you all to pieces. Bye-bye.